जहाँ को आमे समस्ते सुनिया पे अपेक्षा करछु आम मुख्य अतिथि तथा जातीय स्तर चेहरा प्रख्यात सांबादिक एस वेंकट नारायण को जहाँ को सुनिया पे आपण माने मध्य अपेक्षा करछंती उत्साहित अछंती सर वेलकम प्लीज गिव योर वैल्यूएबल स्पीच
Good morning, friends. I wish I could speak in Odia. Unfortunately, it's not one of the dozen odd languages I have learned. But when my friends were speaking, I could see that there is a lot of Sanskrit, just as there is in Telugu, which is my mother tongue, and Hindi and most of our languages. At the outset, friends working for Nandi Gosha and Sakal, the staff as well as the management, I want to compliment them and thank them for inviting me to be the chief guest here. I understand from the CEO that the television channel has already captured 25% of the market within 1 year, which was a very challenging year for all the media organizations because of the coronavirus pandemic. That's absolutely remarkable. I want to congratulate all of you, friends, for your success. It is very rare that a young TV channel has been launched and they have also started a Odia daily newspaper. And I was pleasantly surprised to find that a friend of mine for more than 30 years, Umakant Mishra ji, is its editor. And you couldn't have found a better person to run a Odia newspaper. The language newspapers and TV channels are very important in a huge country like India, which happens to be the world's largest democracy. We are now 138 crores of people. Every year our population is going up by 1 crore 50 lakhs. In the next 4 or 5 years, we will be overtaking China in terms of population. It's not just that we are the world's largest democracy, but it's also the country which runs more newspapers than any other free democratic country on the planet. We have more than 1 lakh of newspapers, dailies, weeklies, fortnightlies, monthlies, annuals and all that. No other country has this many newspapers. We also have nearly 1,000 television channels in different languages, Hindi, Odia, Telugu, Tamil, and all that. I'm told you have more than half a dozen TV channels in Odia language. And I do not know of any other country which boasts of 1,000 television channels. I remember when Bill Clinton came to India, he went back, his wife did not come. So when he went back, he was nursing his sore thumb. And Hillary, his wife, asked him in the White House, what happened? Why do you have a swollen thumb? So he said, these Indians, my God. He said, what happened? What did they do? I'm very fond of surfing the channels. And I just wanted to see how many different kinds of programs are being broadcast in India. I kept on changing channels. In America, we have only 39 channels, but the Indians have 1,000 channels. And they kept doing it, and that's why I got a sore thumb. So, we have a lot to be proud of. But the quality of journalism being practiced in India, I'm not very happy with it. I have been a journalist for the last 53 years. I worked in England on the Sunday Times newspaper in London. I also worked on the Boston Globe in Boston, in the United States. And I traveled in about 68 countries in all the continents. And I write for a newspaper in Sri Lanka, broadcast for radio and in South Africa, where Jabbar also has worked for some time and do some work for a TV channel in Australia. But, when I sit in front of a TV channel in India to see what kind of news is coming out, unfortunately, there is very little of hard news. People collect half a dozen people and, they try to discuss an issue, and the anchors hardly give any opportunity to the speakers. They are imposing their own views on the speakers, and it becomes a slanging match. And at the end of an hour-long program, you are none the wiser for it. Look at the farmers' agitation. Well, the TV channels are going after these huge crowds which are collecting on the borders of Delhi. And on the 26th January, they focused on one Sikh climbing a pole on the ramparts of the Red Fort and, putting a Nishan Sahib flag. But they have not really explained to the viewers what the problem is. They have not bothered to go and interview the leaders of the farmers' agitation. What exactly is the problem? What are you opposing? I had a long chat with the agriculture minister, and he and his secretary and joint secretaries explained to me all the details of the 3 agricultural laws. There is hardly anything in all these laws which are against the farmers. So when the government is asking the farmers, okay, come and talk to us, what exactly is the problem? What are you opposing in this particular clause? They don't want to have any discussion on the subject. They're simply saying, you scrap the laws. I think that is, this is something on which the media needs to take the lead to, discuss with the farm leaders, what are your objections? The viewers need to be educated, informed. That unfortunately is not happening. Most of the TV channels, they're worried about TRP ratings and, one particular anchor shouts at the top of his voice and demands the nation wants to know about this, that, and all that. Hello, that is not the issue. You have to explain what is going on in our country. You have to send your reporters to rural areas. You have to send people to where major developments are happening. Look at the American elections, for example. Of course, I don't think anybody from India has gone to cover the elections. And the rightist media in America was selling Donald Trump's line that the election was stolen. Whereas Trump got only 72 million votes, Joe Biden got 76 million votes. And the New York Times and the CNN and the Washington Post and all the responsible media have been, criticizing Trump and also people whom he has been misleading. But at the end of the day, in spite of Trump's efforts to sabotage the whole process, and in spite of the fact that thousands of his followers, admirers, and people who are following him on Twitter went and invaded Capitol Hill. Their plan was to kill the vice president because the vice president did not support Trump's argument and cancel the election and order a fresh election. That cannot be done. But the manner in which the American media, the independent media, took on Donald Trump to show what actually has been going on, that was a remarkable thing. The rightist media, like the Fox TV and several other TV channels, blindly following what Donald Trump was saying. And Twitter got fed up with his misleading people, and they, shut down his He cannot tweet anymore. Facebook and YouTube and everybody banned him. So now relatively there is peace. Biden is in charge. It looks to me that for the first time in the history of the United States of more than 200 years, a woman, that too, whose mother is a Tamil from Chennai and father from Jamaica. That means she is half Indian and half Jamaican, but full American. She is going to be the President of the United States after Joe Biden retires or whenever that happens. So Indians are doing very well. They're making history all over the world. So these, I would have liked to see somebody going and interviewing maybe Biden or Kamala Harris, but nobody did that kind of thing. It's very unfortunate. What I'm trying to say is that we are the world's largest democracy. We have been demanding a permanent seat on the UN Security Council, but we have not been able to come up with the Indian equivalent of, say, the BBC or France 24 or CNN or other leading things, where if you want to know what is going on in India, if you want to know what is India's viewpoint on a particular subject, you go and watch this TV. Unfortunately, that has not happened, but I would like to see that. So I also hope that people will reduce the number of talk shows because they are very cheap. You invite 3-4 people and sit in a studio and talk shop without really enlightening the viewers. Because it is the cheapest thing, because each person who has been invited is paid maybe a couple of thousand rupees. I don't know how much it is, whatever. But that is not the thing. You should send your reporters to the field and do stories about how people in India live. If somebody has done well in a village, go and do a story about that. Look at the cricketer from Hyderabad, who is a son of an auto rickshaw driver. And he was responsible for our victory in the Brisbane match. And look at this girl who is an auto rickshaw driver's daughter from Uttar Pradesh. She is become Miss World runner-up. And don't be surprised if she ends up as the next Miss World or whatever. So these are the kind of stories of people who have achieved something in their lives. Our TV channels, our newspapers should pay more attention and bring those stories to life to inform our readers and viewers. Because a democracy is as good as the voters who pick the government. And the voters are as good as the newspapers and TV channels which they watch. So I do hope that our TV channels and our newspapers will, work on these issues and undertake responsible journalism and not irresponsible journalism. With these words, I would like to compliment and thank everybody. If anybody has any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. We can have a chat on that. Thank you so much.
জাতি নন্দীঘোষ কনক্লেভ 2021 13 ফেব্রুয়ারি दिन 11 केवल नंदीघोष टीवी रे।